Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Bros and Shows. I am your host, Josiah, aka Mauler67, and with me, as always, I got my buddy, I got my pal, I got my brother Austin. Austin, how you doing today?
Doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing okay. The day's been kind of weird because of daylight springing or whatever that's called, whatever that happens. I didn't realize it whenever I went to bed, but I realized it whenever I looked at my computer, and it was like, it's 7 o'clock. I'm like, yeah, it's 7 o'clock, and I get up and look at my phone, and it's like, it's 8 o'clock, and I was like, huh, what? And that's when I realized that my computer for some reason wasn't synced. It didn't like auto sync itself like it normally does. So I had to go into my settings and like refresh it, and then it's like, oh yeah, my bad, it's 1 hour later. I'm like, that's nice. But no, pretty good day. It's the temperature is like warmer right now than it has been in a very long time.
Yep.
And it's to the point where my body is so used to the cold that it's hot for me now. Like, I am actively like sitting over here like being like, ugh, I feel sweaty. I have my window in the fan. I have my fan in the window blowing and stuff because like it's cold enough that I can't turn on my AC. But my brain is like, it's hot enough to wish I could. But if I turned on my AC, I would literally be heating up my house. So I just got so used to the cold. Like, I was so used to just having my window open during the winter. My body's like 20 degrees colder is like the ideal temperature right now for me. So it's like 53 degrees right now. I think what probably did the worst, like the most like issue with me, was the fact that yesterday we had a lot of storms, and it wasn't cold. I mean, it wasn't hot, but it was muggy, and so it just was like mixing together. I just like, oh, it feels hot and muggy, blah blah blah. But it's like, no, that's not actually not the issue. It's just the fact that it's muggy. That's what I've been doing. Been playing Monster Hunter Wilds again. Me and John played a little bit a couple days ago. Getting back into that, just basically like doing the end game content, making a build, and then like just playing just to play. It's enjoyable. It's not bad. I wouldn't mind if they introduced more ways to like upgrade end game content stuff. Like they gave us like a hunt that could get you the armor spheres, but you need so many of those things. It's like you're just spamming that quest over and over again. That's all you're doing. That's all I've been doing. I've just been doing that, but I got my armor basically made now, and once John gets on with me, we'll be able to try our hands at some of the end game content, because some of that end game content is kind of crazy. All Monster Hunters get to this point, like throughout the whole game, you have this like progressionary system of like hunt the monster, get its armor, go to the next monster, hunt that monster, get the armor, like so on and so forth. And you don't have to do it every monster, but you do it at different intervals. Like if you hunt it for so long, and depending on your skill level, you can go farther without getting new armor. And so there's like, for most people who are like playing the game a lot, it's basically like you begin the game, you get one armor, and you beat low rank. And then in high rank, it's like you get one armor, you play through almost 80% of it, you get new armor, you finish it up. Well, there's always this point in all Monster Hunter games, and it's my least favorite points in all the games, where you get to the end game stuff, and the only thing they can do to make the fights harder is just to make the monsters do more damage and just increase their potential to just one-shot you. And that is very boring and stupid to me, because I'm like, I don't enjoy that I just get hit this one time and I'm dead. Or if I get hit 2 times, I'm dead. That's not enjoyable to me. So I tend to like get more defensive builds, so that way I can like be in the fight longer before I have to stop and heal, or like stop and all that stuff. But all Monster Hunter games, basically back from like the Free Unite days, once you hit like the certain point, all they don't introduce new like mechanics or anything for monsters as they get higher level. They don't care about that. What they do is just make them do more damage, and that's boring to me. I enjoy the difficulty spike of them introducing more like abilities and more like other things to me. I could talk about that for a while, but I'm gonna stop because that's not what we're here for. Austin, how was your day?
Chaotic, very chaotic.
Oh yeah.
Just a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, just a lot of stuff going on. Just dealing with like the new adjustment for like everything, everybody dealing with everyone trying to figure it all out, stuff like that, and
Yeah.
just it's just been crazy.
How's been Minecraft with the kiddos?
I haven't played any of it.
Yeah, John messaged me because like me and him played yesterday, and he's like, "Hey, when did Austin start playing Minecraft?" I was like, "I don't know. It's probably one of the kiddos like Minecraft, and so he bought it for them so they could play it." It's like, "Oh, okay." I didn't think he really played Minecraft, so I wasn't sure. I was like, "No, not really."
No, I haven't played in a long time, and it's funny because I played like the first time I ever played it was when it was like free.
Mhm.
Like I remember it being on a website and having to download it, and it was like an alpha. I remember because like my buddy Dominic was like, "Hey, we should play this game together," and I was like, "Okay," and it was Minecraft, and that's when I downloaded it. And I was like, "Oh, it's a free game, whatever." And then like later on when I got older, I was like, "Wow, this game's like $20 now." And then I was like, "Oh, wow, that's crazy." But then I already owned the game, so I just had to log into my logins, and then Microsoft gave me a free Windows game of it. And they're like, "Oh yeah, here you go." But recently I've gotten a PS4, I've gotten a Xbox One, and now I have the Xbox One, the PS4, and the Switch. So like the kid has been playing together on it. Like one plays on the Switch and the other one plays on the Xbox, and they join each other's server and stuff like that. So they've been playing that, and then there's a kiddo that came over today that actually used my computer. I let him use my computer to play some more Minecraft. So I was like, okay,
You basically
no.
had a whole. You basically had a LAN party for all your kids.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's hilarious.
It was funny. It was fun. It's just it's a lot of work right now. It's a lot of work trying to get everything situated and trying to figure it out. Finally got the car towed out of here, our CRV, to get it fixed. It's he's going to start on Tuesday. He says that he's going to bring it in on Monday, and then he's busy tomorrow, and then he's going to start on Tuesday. So I'm going to go over there and help him. Had to fix my truck a little bit. U-joint went out, which is like a $40 part.
Okay.
So took like an hour and a half because he knows that truck inside out, So he did that, and then it's just been wild. And school, like my job has been, just crazy recently with everything going on. It's just kids are out sick, people are out sick, so like we're down people. And so it's always constantly just a headache like doing that stuff. But overall it's it is what it is. And then the thing, like, have you ever just like, I don't know, it used to be video games for me where like I would go home, or movies. Actually, it used to be movies or video games where I'd go home and that was the thing I was excited for the most of my day. I was like, yeah. I haven't had that in a long time.
Awesome.
And I know.
I'll be honest with you, buddy. It's because you have a wife and a family.
Yeah, that's true.
That's still my life, baby. Yeah.
Living it raw,
Living solo, baby.
Solo, baby. No, it's just the thing is like there hasn't been anything where like I've been super excited about, and then Ted came out. And I blasted through Ted season 2 because I did enjoy season 1 so much. And season 2, I was really excited because Brandon Lee Mulligan was in this season. And a couple other people that were in this season I knew that were going to be in the season. I was like, oh, yeah, that's pretty funny. So that, and like I've been watching a show called Rome about the Roman Empire and Julius Caesar that someone recommended me a while ago when I was like an internet nerd. It's just like a history nerd. They're like, hey, you should really watch the show, enjoy this. So I'm watching that. Probably got through almost the first season. But it's like those it's like a 15-minute drama, and sometimes I can't do 50 minutes. Sometimes I'm like, nope, can't do this. So like it's been a lot recently where I just like don't really do too much. I'm always like caught up doing everything else, like cleaning the yard, doing all this other stuff. So it's just a little stressful lately. It's a little stressful, but overall, it's worth it in the long run for me. So what I'm doing and everything with the kiddos. So, it's rough, but I'll get through it. But yeah, that's been pretty much my week. I haven't really got to play any real video games. We did play Scott Pilgrim. I will say
did.
that we
We
beat
did.
Scott Pilgrim. I was excited for that, and that
We played
was
the fudge out
probably
of that game too. Like,
yeah,
it's not a very long game, but it was. We did like we overbeat it because we had max stats and everything. Like we did our duty there, Austin.
yeah, we did for that. But overall, not really too much this week going on. You know, I know next week's gonna be a little bit more busier, and then the weekend after, I'm gonna be in Pittsburgh for the. I think it's this week actually coming up. I might be in Pittsburgh. I don't remember. The Fred Rogers camp. I don't even know if I'll be able to go now. With everything that has changed, so I might have to like refund my ticket, even though it was free. I'll just like give it up so like someone else can go in my place. So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah. So yeah, speaking of it is what it is, yeah, we're gonna talk about Harley Quinn season 4.
Speaking of it is what it is, we are going into Harley Quinn season 4. Yeah. Austin,
This was a season I haven't watched before.
you have not watched this season, so that we are now at the point that you have not watched these seasons. Okay.
Yep.
I was about to ask, what did you think of it?
So here's the reason. So I did watch the first 2 episodes when I was watching this show before. I felt that's when I started feeling like the show was kind of getting to a certain point with me where I was like, okay, I don't know if I'm gonna like this show anymore, because it just felt like it ran its course a little bit with me. But I will say I was happy I stuck around, because I think later on the season got okay. Like I enjoyed it. I think especially the whole storyline with Ivy and Lex on the moon, I thought was enjoyable. And some of the other stuff that was going on. I just it's something that just, I don't know, kind of irks me with the whole Harley Quinn storyline this season. I don't know, it's just something about it that I don't like. I think it's because she grows morals, which I get it, but I don't like it. I think she should be a villain, and that's just who I am. But I don't know, overall this season was okay. Like I enjoyed this season. I didn't mind it. But I will say, out of the other seasons, I would have to say season 2 is probably my favorite. Season 2 or 3. So, but yeah, that's kind of how I feel about the season. It's okay. It wasn't like blown away greatness. Like, I will say the episode with Mr. Freeze is still the best episode of the series. But that's pretty much it.
So for me, I did like the season. I thought it was a pretty good season. I only had issue with really like one thing about the season. There was like little things like I'm like, you can nitpick, right? Like it seems like a lot. Like I enjoy how characters are like changing and evolving, and at the same time I also enjoy how the roster keeps like cycling. Like it's not always the same like 4 characters. Like we didn't get a lot of Clayface this season, which I was sad about, but they gave him basically 1 full episode, which I did enjoy. And the little joke made me laugh whenever he like chose to be the like little cancer patient kid, and then she's like, "Where's my son?" Like he like did something to the kid. You're like, "Oh dang, dude." I thought it was going to be like a whole thing that's like, the whole thing was a ruse, and it's like, no, he just straight up did something to that kid. My biggest issue is I didn't really care about the potato Harley thing at all, because that was such a like stupid thing that I was like, that is too stupid for me. Yeah. Like, if it was like she was having like psychosis levels of stuff, which also the fact that she was kind of freaking out, like, am I going crazy? It's like, girl, you talk to yourself already. Like, why is this a big thing? Like, you literally talk to yourself as a psychiatrist, and now you're freaking out because you're seeing yourself as a Batman. Like, who cares? I think the story would have been, it would have made more sense if it was just like a figment of her imagination and she gets like split personality. One side wants to be like the perfect do-gooder and the other side's like the villain. It would have been better if her like other side was like, because that's what I thought they were going with. Like she was sleepwalking, doing crime effectively, right? I thought that's what it was going to be, but not technically, I guess. Instead, they had like a whole potato subplot that did the retconning thing I don't like, which is it shows you all the scenes that are necessary to explain it, but you don't see any of it. Like it cuts too quickly, so you don't see any of it, and so it doesn't get formed. And so I'm like, I'm not a huge fan of that.
Yeah.
I did enjoy that Lex was the big bad guy of this season. It was cool to hear Carlos do more conversation. He also played a character he does never get to play, and that's like the manic character. I did enjoy how like Lex was basically going downhill hardcore this whole season, and also when he was pumping his calves and they exploded, that actually like I grimaced when that happened because fun fact, that was always a fear of mine. Not like I don't pump my calves or anything because I'm a big guy. My calves are naturally like really big because I lug all the way around all the time. But back in high school, whenever I used to lift weights, they had like this little like calf incline thing that you could put weights on, and you could do it. And I could do like a lot of weight, and people would be like, "Hey, you have to put more weight than what they're used to, so like you need to put more than just your weight onto it." So I was doing like thousands of pounds on it, right? And I just remember my calves like being like bulked like huge after I got done with it to the point where like they felt like they were going to explode. And I just remember like walking like, what if one time I do them and it actually just like caves out, like it just like blows out, and that freaked me out. And so I stopped using the machine to that extent anymore because I did not like how it felt. And seeing this gave me deja vu to those thought processes. It was kind of funny. But no, I like the different characters they introduced. Like I like that.
They brought in Snowflake.
Who's Snowflake? Was that the guy who was dating what's her face? Or
he's the guy that his only power is he does cocaine. Like he does cocaine.
That guy.
And
Okay.
Yeah, it's just Snowflame is Snowflame. Like everyone makes fun of Snowflame, so when they brought Snowflame in, I was like, oh, of course.
Who did his voice? Because he sounds familiar.
I have no clue.
You have no clue? Okay.
No clue.
He sounds familiar. I didn't look up anything. So I want to know who did voice. It may be someone I know, but when he started talking, I'm like, he sounds familiar, and I can't place it. I will also say I was kind of shocked that they killed off Nightwing. I was like, well, dang, they killed off Nightwing. Did not care for the jokes about his butt even after the death, like whenever they made the casket. I'm like, that's kind of dumb, but whatever.
Well, potentially they killed off Nightwing.
Well, no, they the whole like through the whole season, yes, but at the end of the thing, then they resurrect him. Like I'm like, fair. I see that. I mean, they have this plot device they have not used at all in this season, like the series. Good thing for them to use. I will also say this. I didn't like the arc that Freeze's wife went through. Mrs. Free. I wasn't a huge fan of like her becoming like a party girl and everything that sort. But at the same time, like it kind of makes sense. Like I understand it. Like, you know, she's been living her whole life that way. It just makes you feel bad because like he devoted his life to saving her, and then like when he died, she's like, well, you know, figure out my own stuff. And like it's like I get it, but like there is a point where it's like she needs to move on, but it seemed like she moved on relatively quickly, or at least from our perspective. With the introduction of the Lazarus Pit finally, there's a chance for them to bring back Mr. Freeze, and I would love that because I really enjoyed his character in this. And I think it would be cool because I don't know if they're doing it intentionally or not, but it seems like everyone she is dating has elements of Dr. Freeze's character in them. So it could be like a degree of like her way of like the people she's into or have like parts of Mr. Freeze in. And so if she gets the chance for it, she'll be like, yes, like I absolutely love this person. It's like, but you had all these other people. It's like, yeah, but I'm just trying to fill the hole that he left. They're just imperfect for it. Also, found it absolutely hilarious that she had a kid and she absolutely hates their guts. Like, or at least that's the. I don't know if they actually said it because I was watching and playing games at the same time. The Swamp Girl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. That's her daughter, or at least the theorem, right? And it's just this constant thing of all this stuff, and it's like I don't know if she had her or if the Swamp Thing had them. You know? Yeah,
I don't know.
Because like she doesn't seem to like she hasn't actively said like that's my child, right?
Yeah.
Because even whenever they take the chip bag, she's like, don't think you get special treatment just because I slept with your swamp dad or something like that. It's like, that's weird for someone to say if that's their kid, even if they don't like them. I think there's a high chance that like the Swamp Thing can reproduce himself, kind of like a silver salamander kind of deal thing, where it can take the genetic DNA from anything and create. I don't know, but I would like that to be explored more because I think that would be pretty interesting. Yeah. Go on.
I will say one of my favorite parts of this season is Bane. I really enjoyed Bane's storyline. It was so good. I must make the best noodles for my girl.
I became the pasta maker. It's like I already had pasta today. Like,
oh man, it was so good.
Of like all the different characters, I think my three favorite ones that are like standing up as like they're the Albed to me from like Community, right? It's Bane, Shark King, and Clayface.
Yeah,
are the three characters that I just enjoy their hijinks and what they do, and their voice actors, their plots and everything just fit perfectly. Like all the time, it fits perfectly.
Well, that and like the whole Joker storyline. You know,
I didn't care for that. That was the thing I wasn't a huge fan of this season.
I will say that the only part of that I liked was when she gets the Flash to come back and like reverse time on the podcast.
Yeah, but that wasn't really the Joker.
I know, but it was part of the Joker storyline because they found out like all this other crap about him where he actually didn't kill Dick Grayson. I mean,
well, they already knew that he didn't because like she pointed that out prior. My biggest issue with the Joker plot, like I'm fine with him going back to crime. I can be like, I'm going back to crime. His family's like, hell yeah, let's do crime, baby. Like they're all in it. The issue I had with the Joker subplot was the retelling of Oracle being created with Batgirl getting shot. Because that just was out of left field. Like it tried to like proc it up as like, oh no, like people know he's like lying or this and this, and then it just happens. And I'm like, I wish there was a little more of like a build up to that. Yeah. And because of how they like set it up, they set it up before the big final fight and everything. I wish they would have completed the big final fight against Lex, right? And then they're all celebrating or something like that. And then Joker shows up, shoots her, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, what the hell, Joker?" He's just like, "I'm back, baby!" And then like he walks off. Like, do it with like an end to like a funny like bit type deal thing, instead of it just being like it happens. There's plot development. You start seeing how she kind of slowly becomes Oracle, and it works still. But I didn't like how out of left field it kind of felt for that to happen, because he was kind of like a D plot in this whole season. Yeah. But if they would just had like set up a little more where like someone kind of told him like you have to do something big to get back good graces after you lying the stolen valor stuff, or like more explanation of that, maybe. I don't know. My opinions. Yeah. My opinions. James Adamate. Okay, I don't know who that is.
Not who that is today.
Not someone I knew.
Yep. But overall, this season's okay for me. Like I enjoy a lot of the story. I did enjoy King Shark's little babies. I thought those were hilarious. I thought that was funny, and the ending was great with them.
Oh, you mean the future one?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm talking about the one where the sharks get controlled, like the little baby sharks. Like what is it? I'm trying to think. Like Ivy fights a big.
Yeah, they're fighting Ivy's PR team. That was before, because they also did the whole thing where Harley and Quinn go into the future and one of King Shark's kid is with them.
Yeah.
And he had. Side note, I don't know who does this, but like every time they introduce a shark person, other than his mom or other than like the Shark King's mom, I don't know if it's like Ron coaching them or if it's Ron himself. They talk in his cadence, and it's very satisfying to me whenever like characters who are related to each other talk in each other's cadences. And because like I've seen Ron's stand-up, like that's how he talks to a degree, like with his like kind of pronunciation and everything. I can't do it any justice. But the kid mimicked it. His brother mimicked it to a degree, and it's just very satisfying for my ears to hear two people talk and be like, I see them as brothers. It's beautiful.
Yeah, no, and the thing is like I thoroughly enjoyed. What's really weird is his girl that he has those kids with. It took me like a hot minute for some odd reason to realize she was a hammerhead shark. I thought she was just like some weird alien. I thought she was like some weird alien that he slept with. I was like, oh, okay. And then like later on, I was like, oh, that's a hammerhead shark. I was like, oh, okay. But the magician part in that was hilarious. I love the ending of that with the magician. He's like, is this your card? It's like, oh my gosh, this whole time he actually knew. Oh man, I thought it was pretty good. So there was some good laughs and stuff. I will say this: I did end up watching a couple episodes in the next season. Okay. So like there is a huge change in the whole plot next season that I've seen. Just it's totally different, which is fun. You know, I always like a show that like will change up sometimes and be like, hey, you know, like we've done everything here that we can. What if we did this? And I'm like, oh, okay, this makes more sense. But I will say this show is. I would probably watch it a couple more seasons. You know, it's getting to that point where like I do feel like it's kind of getting to like a certain level of it. But also too is I think also is I don't know. I really I don't know. Some superhero stuff just sometimes it overstays its welcome a little bit too long. And sometimes it doesn't even hit correctly anymore, you know, because like that's how I kind of feel with somewhat of I felt that way after the first season of Invincible. I felt like, oh, you know, season 2's a lot slower because it took too long for it to come out. And then season 3 I liked, and then season 4 I liked, and then like season 5 is coming out here soon. I think it comes out at the end of this month. So like sometimes superhero things can be oversaturated, especially with when it's doing the same villains over and over again. Especially I did like they had the Joker on the back burner this whole season, except for like the last couple episodes. And then he was like, I'm returning.
Well, he was playing parts in like the midpoint.
Yeah.
Which I was fine with. It just I'm fine with him being like in that thing, right? And like being done that way. But when you're going to have him do like a unchangeable thing to a character, maybe make him a little more important for that. Like, because it just felt like very like out of nowhere, in my opinion.
Yeah, but overall, it was a good season. I didn't mind it. That was good. So,
yeah, basically the same. I'm trying to quickly see if I can find the voice actor for it, and I cannot. Okay, so according if what Mom Burkhardt says is true, and James Adelman Maine is the voice of the cocaine dude, he's also the voice of Bane. but that's not exactly who I was thinking of whenever he said his voice. But that's the only character they're giving him credit to. So I assume that's not. Maybe that's not who it is actually, or maybe it's uncredited. Who knows? But no, I kind of agree, Austin. I think it was a good season. I enjoyed it, at least. I think where I'm kind of at, I have this belief that most shows at season 5 or 6 have run long enough that I feel satisfied that it's like you can close it. Like you can start like you can start wrapping it up, right? Just because like anything after like 5, you're kind of like stretching it. But I'm okay with it going 5 seasons and then like a 6th season to wrap everything up and finalize it. Because I very much do enjoy this show. I think it's really good. I think it's doing great episodes. I just don't want it to become a thing where it's just like every season is a new problem for them and they're not like advancing. They're like the plot of them, right? They're in a relationship now. That's been their kind of MO for the last 2 seasons now. And they're just kind of like doing different things and all that stuff, but that's fine. Like as long as it's still fun and as long as it's still fun and interesting to me, I'm okay with that. But it's entering in like the red zone where it's like this is going on a little long. Or it's now at the comfort part where I'm like, this has been going on perfect amount of time. If they end it here, I'm not going to be upset. If they continue to keep putting out banger seasons, don't care. Keep going. It's like Adventure Time, you know, like after Adventure Time season 5, a lot of people were like, oh, it's going downhill, and then season 6 came out and they're like, oh, we were wrong, and then like it just exploded into amazingness. So I'd be okay with that. So with that being said, Austin, next week we're going to do Harley Quinn season 5. We were thinking about stopping to do Ted real fast, then do a Harley Quinn season 5, but then I'm like, well, this is the last one for the remainder of this year. Let's just do it, get it over with, and then we'll do Ted. You said that's okay. So that's what we're going to do. Next week, we're going to do Harley Quinn Season 5. And then the week after that, we're going to do Ted. But yeah, that's basically it. Austin, do you have anything else you would like to add?
No, I don't think so. I think that we're good to go.
All right. Sounds good. Well, Austin, I want to thank you so much for joining me on today's episode. And I want to thank you all so much for stopping by, and thank you all so much for tuning in.